Hello and welcome to Art with Mrs. G. In this video I will be showing you how to draw a seahorse, and you'll need a pencil, colouring pencils and maybe a bit of chalk pastels for the background. So let's get cracking. To begin with, we're going to draw an S shape, but the top of the S is slightly shorter than the bottom, as you can see. So it's not a normal S where it's equal on the top and the bottom. We don't want that. You might want to practice drawing these shortened S's with the longer bottom on a piece of paper first before you get going. Now you're happy with drawing your S, we can get started. So we do the S with the short top and the big long bottom there. When you get to the end, this is where we add the tail of the seahorse on, curling it round into a nice spiral. Then you can take it back from the tip of that tail and bring it round, getting gradually wider all the way up. It gets wider and wider and wider and then joins the body. We're now going to bring a line down from the neck of the seahorse, which is going to follow that curve of the S, go in slightly for a curved back and rejoin the line that we've just created. The next thing to add is the fin, which tends to be quite low down on the seahorse's back. So we can do a nice slightly open shape there, and if you gently sketch on a curved line, we can make that look a little bit frilly now. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, all the way round, and just connect that there. Turn your page and put some flicked lines on for the veins of that fin. So we now have the fin on the seahorse. Now to get some more lines down the back, so we go back up and join the top of our S and take a slim line down following that S across the back to rejoin where the tail started. So we've still got a fat tummy section on one side. And then you can draw another line just coming in lower down on the back there, following round the curve of the tail, getting thinner and thinner and thinner, because the seahorse has got lots of little plates on its back. Then we go on to the face. Now they've got little fat cheeks, so we get a fat cheek on there. And then a trumpet for the mouth, quite long, with the little nostrils on the end there. We put an eye bump in which we can draw a circular eye and colour in a pupil. Then we gently sketch the head in, so it's quite circular. And what we're going to want to put on this is some nice frilly bits, because the seahorses have got little spikes all over them. And sometimes they have these little tubes coming off them to disguise them in the sea with the seaweed. And even one coming off the top of their eye there, like a long eyelash, which was good for colouring in later. Mustn't forget to add an ear in. So I'm just going to put a little ear bump on the end of that curved face and a line, a crease just below their eye. Okay, now we're going to put the plates on the back. So I'm going to join these frilly bits to the back of the seahorse's neck there. And then we draw lines across the neck, going down at regular intervals, curving slightly across the body. Keep going. Then they're going to open out and they're going to start curving a little bit the other way across the seahorse's body. They can get a bit closer together as they go down. So now we've got all the different plated sections on the seahorse. Seahorses are quite spiky creatures, so we now need to put the spikes along the back and on these plates on them. So we're going to go up and down, curving from line to line, all the way along the back of the seahorse. So now we've made that back really spiky, and I'm going to do it along the middle line a bit as well. Drawing lots of U's. I'm just curving that line a bit, making it look spiky. And then we can have it sticking out on the other side of the tail as well. Okay, and lastly, we just want to add a few spikes along the tummy here. Let's have a look at some pictures of seahorses now so you can see all the many different colours that they come in and pick your own design for it. I'll give you some amazing facts whilst we look at these pictures. So there are about 40 known species of seahorse. They've got amazing eyesight and their eyes can work separately from each other. They like to swim in pairs with their tails linked together, and they swim upright to avoid predators by mimicking the colour of underwater plants. And it's actually a fact that it's the dad that gives birth to the children. The male has a pocket-like pouch near its abdomen, and the female seahorse lays up to 200 eggs in the pouch using an egg-laying tube. And about 6 to 8 weeks later, they give birth to lots of little baby seahorses. I've decided to do mine in shades of blue and green with a little bit of pink and purple and red on it. So here I am, I'm putting my pale blue on the back first. And then I'm going to add a little bit of dark blue down the back edge. I've put my blues on and I've coloured the fin in a little, which I decided to put some red on as well. And now I'm going to colour this in nice shades of green and maybe use the red and purple to decorate these little frilly bits on the seahorse. Now I'm using a darker green just to add a little bit of shading around the belly to make it look a little bit more 3D and fatter. I'm using the reds and the purple and the blues really to draw all the little frilly extra decorations onto my seahorse, these little spiky bits, and I think I'm going to go over the body lines in it as well, but you can choose your own colour and make it look pretty. Just putting the final touches, these little red spiky bits going down the tail. There we go, and then the little spiky bits on the tummy. Don't forget to turn your page when you're doing your art. And now I'm going to take a darker colour, in fact my drawing pencil, and just make the outline a little bit clearer here and there where it's disappeared. So that's a pretty good looking seahorse, and now all that remains is if you want to do some seagrass, seaweed, patterns, bubbles in the background and enjoy decorating it. I'm going to smudge in some chalk into the background for the water. So do my little patches of colour. Just put it on roughly to begin with, and then a few other colours, so some turquoise. And then the seahorse is really camouflaged. My magic finger is always great, and I swirl it around and I blend those chalks into the background. So we get a nice bit of background texture and colour. Some seagrass first, I think. So long swirling pieces. They can even grow over the seahorse. And think, oh, is the current blowing in a certain direction in this sea? There we go. Okay, so we've got our seagrass in, and then you can take another colour and you can get a bit decorative with it, so we can have some lovely swirling shapes here of grasses. Be a bit creative with it. There we go. And on this side as well. Use your spirals. And the seahorses are often clinging to a piece of grass, so you might want to put one right through the tail there and make it look like it's hanging on. I'm going to take some more green there, get some more grass in, and a darker colour. There we go. So it really looks like the seahorses in the seagrass. Lovely swirly shapes. And there you have it. A seahorse in the seagrass. I hope you enjoyed learning to draw your seahorse with me today, and if you did, please like it, share it with a friend and leave a lovely comment, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!